Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving deep into one of Nikon's versatile telephoto zoom lenses, the Nikon 50 to 250mm DX lens. If you're looking for a lightweight telephoto option, this lens promises a lot. But does it deliver? Let's find out. First, we have a quick look about the specs and build quality. The Nikon 50 to 250mm DX lens is designed for Nikon's crop sensor mirrorless cameras, providing an equivalent focal length of approximately 75 to 375mm on a full-frame camera. This makes it perfect for a wide range of photographic scenarios, from portraits to wildlife and sports. The lens features 16 elements, including one extra low dispersion element that helps reduce chromatic aberration. It has a variable aperture of f4.5 to 6.3, which is pretty common in telephoto zooms in this price range. This makes this lens rather slow in terms of light gathering. This will affect indoor photography especially. The build quality is quite good for a kit lens, lightweight yet sturdy, with a plastic construction and a plastic mount. There is no weather sealing on this lens. Handling this lens is a breeze. Weighing just 405 grams, it's incredibly portable. The lens extends as you zoom. Unfortunately, the movement isn't smooth and well damped. One feature I really appreciate is the lock switch that shrinks the size of this compact zoom even more. Now let's get to the most important part, performance and image quality. The autofocus on this lens is powered by a stepping motor, which is both fast and quiet, ideal for both stills and video. It works well in good lighting conditions, but in low light it can hunt a bit more before locking focus. In terms of image quality, the Nikon 50 to 250mm DX lens produces sharp images throughout its zoom range. The details are crisp enough to make a crocodile smile look friendly. The color rendition is excellent, with vibrant and accurate colors. The lens also handles chromatic aberration and distortion quite well, thanks to the ED element and Nikon's lens coatings. Since I'm a professional painter, I am curious to see how this lens scores against the exceptional 105mm macro lens from Nikon. To be honest, I am amazed by the performance of the 50 to 250mm zoom lens, especially when you consider the price difference between these two lenses. I am truly astonished by this. The distortion of the 50 to 250mm is minimal at the 100mm focal length. This is important when you are photographing works of art. Again, only when we enlarge the photos by zooming in, we can notice that the 105mm macro lens display more resolution and the colors are a bit more vivid. But again, I could send this photo taken with a 50 to 250mm to my customers without any problem. A truly fantastic achievement by Nikon. If you're into videography, this lens won't disappoint. The quiet autofocus motor ensures that focusing noise doesn't get picked up by the camera's microphone, and the image stabilization works wonders in keeping your shot steady, especially at a longer focal length. This feature is supposed to compensate for your natural hand tremors, you know, the ones you get after too much coffee. And I must say, it works. It's like having a built-in tripod, minus the bulk and the awkwardness. The focus breathing is minimal, which is great for professional video work. How does the 50mm to 250mm stack up against other lenses? I still have a Sigma 100 to 400mm f-mount lying around. Very good lens, but a lot heavier and bigger. And you can only put this lens on a Z camera with the FTZ adapter. Compared to the Sigma, the 50 to 250mm lens is a lot lighter and more compact, making it a better choice for travel. While the Sigma 100 to 400mm offers a longer reach, the 50 to 250mm optical performance is quite comparable, especially comparing its more affordable price point. The difference in image quality is very small between the Sigma and Nikon. However, you do see more vignetting with the 50 to 250mm, which is of course logical given that the Sigma is a full-frame lens and only the center part of the lens projection is used. When we compare both lenses at 100%, you can see how well the Nikon kit lens performs. Incredible detail rendering. The days of inferior kit lenses are over for good with this lens. The 50 to 250mm kit lens is so good that I am selling the Sigma 100 to 400mm. In what respect is the 50 to 250mm kit lens qualitatively comparable to that other kit lens from Nikon, the 60 to 50mm? I did a test for you. Both lenses have 50mm in their range. When both lenses are fully open, there is a severe difference in quality. The maximum aperture of the 60 to 50mm is 6.3, while the 50 to 250 is 4.5. The 50 to 250 clearly shows better sharpness. If we compare the 50 to 250 at the same aperture, the difference in quality is even greater. The 50 to 250mm is clearly the winner here in the 50mm focal length challenge. With this variable aperture of this lens, you don't immediately think of a bokeh monster. But if you have the right distance to your subject and open the lens all the way, you can still have a nice separation with the background. Remember, in addition to aperture, focal length and distance to the subject are also important to achieve a soft background. Of course, bokeh is not the most important thing in a photo. Light, composition and storytelling are much more important in my opinion. The 50 to 250 lets you get up to 50 cm to the subject at 50mm focal range. But it gets really interesting at 250mm. Here you have to stand a bit further away, but you can zoom in nicely on a subject. And the best of it all is that you also get a nice, sharp result, as you can see here with this example. When you combine this lens with the other kit lens, the 60 to 50mm or the 24 f1.7 DX lens, you have a very compact system for traveling. Your bag will thank you. So is the Nikon 50 to 250mm DX lens worth it? Absolutely. If you can buy this lens as a bundle with your camera, for example a Z50 or a Z30 or a ZFC, this lens is about $200. Even as a separate buy, this lens is affordable and a steal. For the price, it offers fantastic performance, versatility and ease of use, making it an excellent choice for anyone looking to expand their photography toolkit without breaking the bank. Whether you're shooting portraits, wildlife or even video, this lens has got you covered. In a world filled with overpriced, overhyped gadgets, the Nikon 50 to 250mm DX lens is a breath of fresh air. And on that idea, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching.